it might be a reach. Nobody seems to believe it, but I think there's a little upside in Colin Kaepernick, not in the other guys.
There might be, but you can't play upside guy when you're trying to, like, literally, you're not a fan, and I guess you don't really care. They're trying to win this week. They're half game out.
No, I want
They're
them to
still
win games.
They're not going to win with Colin Kaepernick.
They can't win bringing a guy off on a short week, starting him. He hadn't thrown a practice to a guy in a uniform in 2 years.
Hey, but he would practice.
You set him up to fail.
He would practice Wednesday through Sunday, which is as many reps with the first team as the previous backups.
Right.
Because we found out, and there are some people that think it's ridiculous that in this system, the backups don't get reps. Because I heard Brian Mitchell go off about this. He said in every team that he's ever played with, backups
and how many wins
reps.
did those backups get?
Backups.
How many wins did they get? Well, Colt McCoy didn't win.
Oh, correct.
But they get...
And Mark Sanchez didn't win. So why do you think Colin Kaepernick would win?
The scout team...
I don't necessarily.
Yeah, so you can't play
So what do you want to see him for?
I just told
you. Just want to see him run for 25 yards on the first down?
He may show some things which would be inviting to bring him back next year.
Okay, well, then you bring him in the summer or the OTAs.
I told you yesterday. After you made that argument, it made sense.
Yeah, right.
And then you can see what he does in the summer. But you just can't give him 3 days.
But he's
understand
definitely being blackballed. There's no question about it. 100%
he's
being
better
blackballed.
than all these guys.
How do you know? He was 1-11 for the Niners, please.
Look what the Niners are now.
He's not that good.
with your whiz kid, Kyle Shanahan, they got 2 wins.
Right,
because they have 1-11.
Because they have Nick Mullins at quarterback.
The 1-11.
How many wins would they have?
Niners
Hold on, how many wins would the Niners have right now if Jimmy Garoppolo had played the entire year?
Probably 5.
Maybe more?
Possibly.
Okay, well, that's a lot better.
Less.
You wouldn't be making fun of him now. They have a backup quarterback. They have a third-string quarterback, actually, because Beathard was ahead of him.
I understand that, but my point is when Kaepernick was 1-11 during that stretch, it's not like they were a talented team. They were a bottom
So what? If he was so good, he'd have more than one win.
The bottom line is...
He wasn't that good.
JP
Believe me. You didn't watch him. I watched him every week.
JP doesn't really buy into it, but you can't bring on a guy, any guy, I don't care who he is. You can't bring Brett Favre. You can't bring anybody off the street who hasn't thrown a pass in 23 months to a professional player anywhere and expect him 3 days later to give the team the best chance to win. It's unfair to him and the team.
No.
I also think, though there would be a portion of the fan base that would be against it, and the poll on Junks Radio, over 3,000 votes, was about 60-40 in favor of Colin Kaepernick. So 40%.
That's a big number with 3,000 people.
But I think that there would be more people at the game, and I think by and large, they would actually probably make more money with Colin Kaepernick at quarterback than without Colin Kaepernick. Remember, a lot of people thought Nike was going to take a huge hit. And the very first day, I think Donald Trump even tweeted something that Nike, when they ran that ad of Colin Kaepernick, was going to suffer. Instead, they got to bounce.
So if all you want to do is see him play for a half or a game, and you want to put some extra people in the seats, that's one thing.
Wait till they get eliminated.
But those people won't come back the following week when they realize how bad he was.
If he was bad.
Well, I know he would be bad if you gave him 3 days of practice.
Well, you would think that Driscoll would be bad with Cincinnati, and
use
he played
your brain.
okay.
No, Driscoll's been in a camp. You guys are ignoring. You guys are thinking. And
Don't say you guys.
Feinstein agrees with you. You guys think that, guys like you, think that throwing passes in the backyard to old college buddies, is it anything equivalent to being in a professional practice, taking scout team reps or whatever it is for years?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's actually not that crazy, and I'm not the only person. Look, David Aldridge is in that position.
David Aldridge is crazy. He's wrong.
It's not crazy.
Yeah.
So then why
it's a fairy tale.
So why would Gruden consider it?
How do you know they considered it?
He's lying.
It's lip service.
Now you believe Gruden?
He's lying.
Oh,
do you think that the Redskins seriously consider Cap? They're lying.
Well, I don't know about how seriously.
Of course they didn't. They don't want to deal with it. And
I believe
come
more
here.
on considering Kaepernick than on the Reuben Foster deal.
All right, what else you got?
I do.
This is just a stupid.
It's a fairy tale.
What else you got?
I got lots of them. You want to hear Jay?
Are they down to their 7th guard on the depth chart?
I think so.
Seems that way.
I think so, because they put Bergstrom and Cooper, I think, on IR, right?
Let's just go with all tackles. Just sign tackles and try a 5-tackle system.
Play the first clip of Jay yesterday where he says not everything is doom and gloom.
There's a silver lining. We're healthy on defense. We got a quarterback that's got some experience. We still have some weapons around them that are getting healthy with Chris Thompson, Jameson Crowder coming back for the first time, Jordan Reed, Vernon. Josh Doxson's playing well. So we're okay. And the edges with Trent and Morgan, they seem to be okay right now, so that's a good thing.
He left out that the healthy defense is regularly allowing 400-plus yards to opponents.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That part was left out.
Defense is the defense.
The other surprising
like
thing yesterday is apparently the Colt McCoy injury is not as devastating as we once thought. The Alex Smith injury, the timetable is like a bare minimum 6 months, and let's see. I don't even know after that. But with Colt, since it was a similar injury, people thought, well, he's out for sure. Now they're saying they're not going to IR him just yet. The injury might not be as bad as they thought.
I don't think I'll put him on IR right away. I think we'll try to get through this week, see where we're at, see where he's at. If we can figure out a way to beat the Giants, which I think we will do the best we can, and we're still alive in this thing, I'd like to keep him up. If he can get back for the last game of the year against Philadelphia, that'd be great, or possibly the playoffs. Right now I think we're going to hold on him and not put him on IR until we get more information about where we are.